Hello everyone, and welcome back to Bohemian. The world is full of mysteries that science, technology, and human knowledge have yet to explain or prove. Some of these mysteries are terrifying while others are beautiful and thought-provoking. We may talk about each story separately in future videos. Today we will talk about some of the most mysterious incidents in history that still remain unexplained. The Voynich Manuscript. The Voynich Manuscript is one of the most perplexing mysteries that has never been solved. For over 200 years, scholars have attempted to decipher this book, written in an unknown script, and they haven't been able to figure it out yet. What makes things even more bizarre is that the book appears to describe plants, but all the illustrations don't match up with any known plant species. Even the writing style seems unlike anything seen before, including the way the words are put together and the fact that the letters seem to be made from natural pigments. Because of this, many believe the book was created through witchcraft, and others think it might contain secret messages from another dimension. Either way, nobody knows what it says or who wrote it, and this has kept the mystery alive for so long. The Dyatlov Pass Incident. On February 2nd, 1960, 9 skiers were found dead at the bottom of a valley in northern Russia. The location was known as Kolim Pass, and the group had been led by Igor Dyatlov, hence the name of the incident. While the government claimed that an avalanche killed the group, their investigation was flawed and left many questions unanswered. For starters, 5 of the people had been decapitated, which wasn't consistent with an avalanche. Furthermore, Yuri Krivonishenko, who survived the incident, said there were strange lights outside the tent that night, followed by an enormous crash. There was also a hole in the tent, which suggested that the group fled in terror, except their ski equipment was left behind. Some say the group encountered a Yeti, while others blame a secret military test gone wrong. To this day, nobody knows exactly what happened. The disappearance of Amelia Earhart. Amelia Earhart was a true pioneer for women's rights. She broke multiple aviation records and became famous around the world. But when she disappeared in 1937, it shocked the entire globe. She had set out to circumnavigate the globe, but her plane vanished over the Pacific Ocean and she was never seen again. Many believe her plane ran out of gas and crashed into the ocean, but her body was never recovered. Plus, some conspiracy theorists claim the US government killed her because they thought she was a spy. This isn't too far-fetched either, since the government did kill several civilians during World War II, so while we may never know for sure what happened to her, I like to think she's out there somewhere living under a false identity. Lost City of Atlantis. Plato once described a powerful island nation called Atlantis. He said it was 9,000 miles around and home to hundreds of thousands of people. But one day it sank beneath the ocean and was never seen again. For many, this was just a story to teach people about greed and corruption. But many others believe it was based on a real place. Scientists even discovered a massive underwater structure off the coast of Antarctica that could prove the ancient civilization existed. It's roughly 400 feet below sea level and contains structures that appear to be man-made. Nobody knows if these are the ruins of Atlantis or not, but that hasn't stopped people from searching for it. In fact, someone even discovered a map in Plato's writings that supposedly shows where the city once stood. And other maps from much later show the same location. This could mean Atlantis really did exist and future generations tried to keep its location a secret. But if that's true, why did they eventually forget where it was? Jack the Ripper. One of the darkest mysteries in London history is the unsolved murder of Mary Ann Nichols. Like many other women, Mary worked as a prostitute in Whitechapel, London during the 1800s. But one day she was brutally murdered by a fellow sex worker, possibly as revenge for stealing a client. But this was only the beginning. Over the next 3 months, 8 women were killed in nearly the exact same way, and the killer would become known as Jack the Ripper. He was never caught though, and his identity has been a source of mystery ever since. Some say it was Prince Albert Victor, while others blame Montague John Druitt. But nothing can be proven, and we may never know the truth. The mystery of Stonehenge. Stonehenge is one of the most famous ancient structures on Earth. People visit the site every year just to see it for themselves. But nobody knows who built it, why it was built, or how it was moved there. Historians have a few theories, but the most popular suggests that it was used as a burial ground for prehistoric druids. Others say it was built by Romans or even aliens, but right now, none of these are supported by strong evidence. What makes this even weirder is that the stones themselves are incredibly heavy, weighing up to 50 tons each. Nobody knows how primitive humans managed to move stones like these without modern equipment, and they also didn't have any steel tools to help them. We do know that the monument was built over many centuries, with the oldest parts dating back to 3100 BC. However, nobody knows who was responsible for this construction. The mystery of the Moebius Dick. The Moebius Dick is a huge sea creature that nobody has ever seen, though some fishermen claim they've come close. That's because the animal is supposedly half whale and half octopus, making it extremely dangerous to sailors. For this reason, some believe that the legendary Crocane was actually a hybrid of a whale and an octopus. They say the monster lives in the deepest trenches of the ocean and grows to immense sizes. However, scientists say it probably doesn't exist because no one has ever found any remains or taken any pictures. Of course, the ocean is vast and unexplored, so anything could be lurking in the darkness. The best part is that Herman Melville wrote an entire book about the mythical beast. If you want to read the full story, you should definitely check it out. The Oak Island Money Pit. On Oak Island off the coast of Canada, there is a mysterious money pit filled with artifacts that could change history forever. Legend says that pirates buried their treasure here 300 years ago, and nobody has been able to find it yet. This is because the island is covered in booby traps designed to kill anyone who tries to steal the loot. For example, when explorers began digging, they hit a wall of solid rock. So they started digging a tunnel only to find a cross-shaped stone slab that released poisonous gases. While nobody knows exactly what the pit holds, historians are certain something valuable is down there, and it's only a matter of time before someone retrieves it. Just hopefully they don't step on any more booby traps while doing so. The Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle is an area in the North Atlantic Ocean where ships and planes mysteriously vanish. Some believe the region is cursed, while others think it's haunted by ghosts, but the truth is far more scientific. Every year, dozens of ships and planes disappear in the Bermuda Triangle, and nobody knows why. Many researchers say it's due to magnetic anomalies or giant methane bubbles that sink ships like the Titan. But there's no proof of either of these theories. Plus, compasses don't get confused in the area, and methane shouldn't be able to sink large vessels. That's why some think there's a portal to another dimension, though this is also just a theory. Regardless, something strange is going on, and it will likely remain one of the greatest mysteries of our time until it's solved. The Nazca Lines. The Nazca Lines are one of the most mysterious archaeological sites in South America. The Nazca people drew gigantic lines and shapes into the desert floor 1,500 years ago, but nobody knows why. They resemble everything from animals to plants to geometric figures and random lines. Some say they're just a form of art, while others think they were used for religious ceremonies. But we still don't know for sure, and there are thousands of these lines scattered across the desert. Nobody knows how the Nazca people managed to draw such intricate patterns without modern equipment. Plus, they didn't have wheeled vehicles or even plows to make the process easier. All they had were crude tools made from rocks and sticks. Regardless, they managed to create one of the most impressive works of art in human history. Write in the comments, what is the story you liked the most and want to know more about? And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. And if you want to hear more about mysterious historical events, stay tuned for more videos on amazing discoveries and unexplained phenomena. Thanks for watching.